MewTube music. MewTube, mess these trainers up. MewTube on the beat, yo. Welcome everybody, MewTube's here again. And I'm back on the attack, seeking my revenge. Since my last Nuzlocke challenge had an unexpected end, I am here to redeem myself and my fallen friends. This time I will try a little something new. A hardcore Nuzlocke ugly green with a couple of different rules. My last playthrough of Emerald, well, I learned quite a bit.
Yeah, that you have zero game knowledge and you're absolute shit.
Shut up. Just shut up. I'm trying my hardest, okay? I'm trying to balance this rap, the beat, gameplay, quality, humorous edits, while staying unique and creative. Wait, who the hell even are you?
Dude, I'm literally you. You just back up from the mic and cup your hands so it sounds like someone's yelling from a distance, but it's literally just you talking to yourself. Like you do in every video.
I've learned from my mistakes and I'm here today to bring a brand new hardcore Nuzlocke video your way. Like I said, it's leaf green with some added limitations. But keep in mind I'm not that good, so have low expectations. Real low. First small change I made was trade evolution to allow me to use Pokemon who are normally excluded. With Champ and Alakazam will be joining the fight.
But what about Gengar? He's an iconic trade evolution, right?
That's where the big restriction I set comes to fruition. I can only use Pokemon with one type in this mission, so no Charizard or Gyarados to steamroll the competition. And I'm sorry, but that means no toxic purple apparition. Get it? Because Gengar's a ghost. That's like their coined phrase. Still a hardcore Nuzlocke, I'll remind you quick to refresh everybody what a Nuzlocke is. Recap. The first Pokemon per route that I find is eligible. Then I gotta name the better, not like the bad names in Emerald. So the level caps for gym leaders are still in place. I won't be leveling higher than any gym leader's ace. And there's no items in battle, only held ones are okay. And if a Pokemon dies, well, it's forever slain. The battle mode setting is set to set, so I will set the best team to settle every enemy with the battle mode setting set to set. Finally, if all 6 fate, then that's the end of that attempt. And then it's back to Pallet Town to start all over again. I'm a cheater, so rare candies will be used. I know it's us, and if it makes you mad, well, it's rare but candies, not to be placed on your chin. If you have feedback for me, please let me know down below. Now let's go find Professor Oak and conquer all of Kanto. And I'm just playing, viewer. You know I love you. Hey there, everybody, and welcome back to another MewTube Nuzlocke. Naming myself and my rival here. I think my rival should be an actually decent... should probably be something absolutely, it shouldn't be, it should be not good, no, it's gonna be the struggle of the run, Kingdra. Curse that stupid thing. So due to the rules of only using Pokemon with a singular type, Squirtle's gonna be my only viable option, and he's the only one that can fully evolve. I'm gonna name him Crush. You're gonna be able to guess the name theme, so there's no point in me having you guess it.
Wow, great observation.
And we dive into the difficult battles of a MewTube Nuzlocke. Well, not this one, because we can just repeatedly tackle and hold our ground with Crush the Turtle. He's got pretty good defenses. That's how we stick it to our rival, who then out of left field says to Gramps and I, MewTube, Gramps, smell you later. Yeah, I'll remember that. You freak! Yeah! Bet you didn't expect a rap in the middle. I didn't either. Let's get into it. The first encounter from Route 1 was a mouse named Minnie, but she ain't got no guts, so she'll just sit there and look pretty. Next up is a male monkey named Rafiki. With his pride blocking punches, he is not a weakling. He'll leave you in scars when he's done with the fight. He'll beat you down and you'll experience the circle of life. On the route after Viridian, I grab a Caterpie. I name him Heimlich, which you'll need because all he does is eat. Unfortunately, in this run, you won't be a beautiful butterfly, so you'll be used as live bait and you'll probably be a sacrifice. Caught the Caterpie before the 4 is too guaranteed. Our next encounter is the mascot who we desperately need. All the way from Paris, France, our rodent Randy resides. And in Linguini's toque is where he usually hides. He may be frail and little, but don't judge a book by his looks. So Gus so says. Alright, stop. First from Brock's squad is his armed rock. Brock's armed rock gets dropped by Squirtle's water Glock, being shot through the... I was gonna say bod, but his whole being is kind of all-encompassing. Like his face is on his head, but it's also his body. Wonder where his heart resides in relation to his brain.
What? Bro, what are you talking about?
Next on the chopping block is Brock's rock-solid snake. Squirtle squirts said snake and we rock Brock's socks for the first gym badge. Nothing worse than soaked socks, eh, Brock? Well, at least we spit on your rock-solid. Coming out of the gym, we find the Nira, the Nidoran, who won't be much use because when it evolves into Nidoqueen, she will have 2 types. So she's going to spend the rest of her life in the box. Then after hours of searching, we find Clefairy, who we're going to end up naming Tinkerbell. This Pokemon has insane amounts of coverage, so she will definitely benefit our entire team here. We also have Mini evolve into Raticate, who is the complete opposite of Beauty with those big buck teeth and whatever those excuses for hands.
Learn to speak, brother.
In the route before Cerulean City, we grab a Sandshrew who we name Rufus. He's going to be pivotal in the fight against Lieutenant Surge. But we're not even close to Surge, so hold your horses and be stable.
Click.
In goes the fight with King.
Also known as how many times can MewTube make a mistake speaking?
Pidgeotto comes out as we send out our mascot Remy. Thunderbolt strikes down and our secret sauce does about 70%. We then get some sand in our eyes, and we do, of course, miss a Thunderbolt. After that, take a quick attack, and our next Thunderbolt takes out the Pidgeotto. Incoming is Rattata, so we make a swap out to our Rafiki boy. Our little monkey man, go for a Karate Chop for the instant one-hit KO. Next in is Abra, which is completely useless, so I just go for a Mega Kick, and that's surely a one-hit KO as well. Next in is his starter Bulbasaur, which I just go for another Mega Kick in, see how much damage it does, and we get hit with a Leash Seed. We go for a Karate Chop to finish off the Bulbasaur, and last out for our rival is nothing, because we beat him already. But it's a quick celebration because we jump right into Misty, the second Water-type gym trainer.
She's actually the gym leader of this fine establishment.
First in is Misty's first star, and we send out the mascot Remy. Thundershock comes down and does a chunk of damage, about 90%, and we tank a Water Pulse. We do take a good amount of damage there, but we waste one of her super potions, and Remy strikes down his foe. Just barely, but we outspeed and we do kill the Staryu. Out next is the much beefier, much stronger Star. We make a quick switch to Crush here since he has Bite after evolving. We get the best case scenario and get a Water Pulse on the switch. We go for the Bite trade out for a Swift, and Bite does about 33%, just about. We take some more damage from Swift, and I'm going to go for one more Bite. Hopefully it's enough. I think that it is. Our Swift takes 12 damage this time, and we do get the kill on the big stupid starfish. And Misty, you've mistied the mark,
Click.
But we're the better trainer here, and on to the third gym. Above Nugget Bridge and on our way to Bill's house, we encounter an Abra. We are hoping that the one Pokeball can do the trick because I really want to use Alakazam. We get a 3-shake and we actually catch the Abra. I am very excited for this one here. I named the Abra the Lorax because, I don't know, I felt like I saw a resemblance there. I also catch a female Meowth right outside of Cerulean, who I name Nala. I also grab a Diglett from Diglett Cave. It was incredibly hard to find a female mole, so I found Molly the Mole. And also BJ. I don't know, he kind of looks like Hypno.
This program is interrupted as Nuzlocke MewTube forgets to record. Here's a reenactment.
Our totally real fight on the SSN begins with Remy versus Pidgeotto. Pidgeotto obviously leads with a sand attack, throwing sand in our face once again, and we strike down from the heavens with a giant Thunder Shock, which does a ton of damage. Pidgeotto then comes in with a quick attack, and we strike down one final time with a Thunder Strike, finishing off the Pidgeotto quick and swiftly and leading us into the actual battle. But this was the actual battle. Like I said, this all really happened as it's showing on the screen. Next in is Rafiki with 20 health apparently, and Raticate's already asleep, but nothing else happened previously to the real battle that just happened.
That's not
But
confusing.
Mankey comes in, one-hit KO with a Karate Chop. Kadabra's in next, who has super effective Confusion for Rafiki, so we're going to have to switch out into our own Kadabra to tank that hit. We switch into the Lorax, and Kadabra goes for the aforementioned Confusion, and we take minimal damage here. We do have super effective Thief, but we do get confused. We go for the super effective Thief anyway to try to break through the Confusion because Lorax is clearly not smart enough to break through Confusion, even though he's like incredibly smart. They say that in, maybe not the Lorax, but Kadabra. Anyway, we snap out of Confusion here, go for a Thief, which should just be a clean one-hit KO. Another Pokemon left on 20 health, and we get a
Critical hit.
Down goes Kadabra, and in comes Ivysaur, the final Pokemon. He finally let it evolve. A super effective Psybeam due to Ivysaur's poison type is going to be a clean killed one-hit KO. Bye-bye to you again, rival boy. Another victory. Goes the spoils. Don't spoil your victory, because victory's good, it's not bad. That's the saying. Nailed it.
You sure about that?
And a perfectly timed evolution coming in with Sandshrew evolving into Sandslash, and us also getting the Dig TM from the Team Rocket Grunt inside of the Cerulean City, and we are completely ready for Surge now. Speaking of Surge, he's a complete lunatic and says, "Hey kid, you won't live long in combat. I tell you, kid, electric Pokemon saved me during the war. They zapped my enemies into paralysis." So, like, did you really survive in war? Did your Pokemon do it for you, just like they're fighting for you now? What kind of war even was there in Pokemon times? I mean, you just had Pokemon to fight all your battles for you, right? Surge leads with Voltorb, and I lead with Rufus. We get hit with a Screech, which isn't very good, but we go for a Dig, and Dig is going to be a clean one-shot. Next up is an imposter mascot who we must eliminate. We somehow outspeed Pikachu. Pikachu does go for a double team, which we know is so frustrating. I almost said absolutely, but I didn't. Well, I guess now I did because I just said it now. But instead, we just go for a Slash, so we don't have to go for the 2-turn, and we just obliterate the Pikachu into Narnia. Raichu does outspeed, goes for our lovely, beloved, so beautiful double team. Quadruple team, but we land the Dig and dig Raichu's grave.
Click.
Haha. Yeah, and then we waste our Cherry Berry because we proc the paralysis at the end of the battle. Thanks, yeah, I'm a shocker, the real deal. Shut up, Surge. You didn't even really fight in the war. Just get me out of here and send you to a special clinic.
I mentioned Diglett dying on the SS Anne. Here's the actual footage that I forgot to show you.
Our next encounter is a Voltorb named Pixar Ball who can just be ignored. Our encounter inside of Rock Tunnel cannot be ignored as it is a Machop who we name Candy. I'm excited to use Machamp because I've never used one before. After that incredibly captivating and expressive recap of our newly captured comrades, we jump right into the fight against Kingdra. A rival starts Pidgeotto and we start the newly captured Candy. Pidgeotto goes for a super effective Gust, but we drop rocks on the head of the Pidgeotto and just go for the Oko. Candy's a force that to be reckoned with, or whatever, you get it. We swap into Nala as Kadabra has super effective Confusion, but wastes time trying to go for a Disable on a turn that we switch out, get a one-shot KO. We're playing this pretty well, but this is where everything starts to turn for the worst. We go for a flinch strat with Nala, get a critical hit Bite, and Gyarados answers with a critical hit Thrash. We're going to have to switch out here, and we're going to switch into Rufus. He's defensively bulky enough to tank that Thrash no problem as Gyarados gets confused. We hit a 30% damage Slash, and Gyarados hits himself in Confusion. Another Slash takes out the Gyarados. Next on the list is the Ivysaur, who I don't want to take super effective damage from with Razor Leafs. We do get put to sleep with Sleep Powder. Annoying, but we're just going to try to break through Confusion here. I think I could take a couple hits, but we get dangerously low with a crit from the high crit ratio Razor Leaf. I switch into Tinkerbell, who I think can tank some Razor Leafs with her high special defense stat. Try to put Ivysaur to sleep, but he outspeeds and hits a critical hit. The Sink does miss too, which isn't looking very good for me. Haha, I avoided not good. Well, I guess now I didn't.
Alright, that's good stuff.
Switch into Nala, go for a hopeful flinch strat, don't get it. Nala's gonna go down. Another death on the board. Sorry, Nala. I mean, you had to go. I switch into Machoke here. And then I drop some rocks on the dinosaur-looking bulb guy, and then get hit with a poison powder, which actually activates my Guts ability. I go for a Seismic Toss because it's looking like he has a little less than 28 health, and we take him out. Next up on the chopping block is Growlithe, who we're going to get intimidated by, but that's okay. We're going to take some poison damage, drop some rocks on the dog, and bye-bye. Another rival fight down, and got a little shaky there. He took one of our Pokemon, but that's how it goes. At least we have more to catch and more to replace our team with. So we attempt to catch a Vulpix on the route next to Lavender Town, and we get roared away.
Adios.
We do get a redemption, however, and we name our Vulpix right outside of Cerulean City Vixie from Fox and the Hound. That was one of my favorites growing up. And we also have huge evolutions for the 4th gym leader, Erica. We have our Fire-type Ninetales and our Fire-type Flareon. With these two, we're for sure gonna smoke her grass Pokemon. Blaze up her weeds.
Oh, what am I to do? Someone stole our silph scope. The thief came around this way, I'm sure, but I've lost him. Where'd he go?
Sorry, buddy, I got a gym to take on, so your little problem's gonna have to wait just a little bit longer, okay? So I'll see you in a bit. Bye.
This gym's great. It's full of women.
Everyone who was trying to cancel that guy, that's literally every New Year's resolution, Planet Fitness, $10 membership goer that only goes for that 1 month of January and then cancels their subscription anyway. I know it's like kids' things to cancel everything nowadays, but...
MewTube, you have a video and a gym battle to narrate.
Oh, right, that's what they're paying me for.
Do you think we should
Continue this tangent?
No ways.
MewTube,
We're not getting paid.
have an opinion?
We're not getting paid at all.
Well, that's what I said. We're not getting paid, and that's final.
Okay, we'll just...
Go back to the battle.
Good. Just don't pay me.
We one-shot the victory bell with a side beam. Tangela comes out. We swap into our trusty Vixie, torch the thing with a flamethrower. We burn those spaghettis. Vileplume comes out. Flamethrower's just not enough for the one-shot. We do get paralyzed. I decided to just try to go for it through the healing. We hit another flamethrower, and one more should do the trick. We go for a quick attack, and we seal the deal against Erica. Simple. And this is where the game gets fun. The level cap jumps up to 43, so we can finally evolve our trait evolutions. Oh, I never used an Alakazam or a Machamp before, and the ones on the right are evolved too. They made it. We're going to completely gloss past the Giovanni fight because he sends out a slippery little snake, and I send out Beef Buff Candy Girl. I catch a Cubone in Lavender Tower, who I name King from Owl House. If you haven't seen that on Disney Plus, you got to check it out. He's so adorable.
I am not adorable. Oh, he stamped his little foot.
I may have lost Tinkerbell trying to catch the Snorlax. That's not too great, because they have really good coverage, good special defense, not good. We do manage to catch Snorlax, and we named Snorlax Sugar Mama. It was really the first thing I thought of. I thought it kind of fit. I don't know. I like it. And Snorlax is a beast. Bunch of failed encounters in the Safari Zone later. We hop right into the battle with Koga. Koga would like to battle, but he doesn't have a chance to because Alakazam is disgustingly broken with Psychic and wipes his entire team all in one shot. It's not even a battle. He didn't even get a chance to do anything. After that humiliation placed upon Koga's shoulders, we dive into the hardest rival fight yet with Kingdra. Pidgeot comes out as we send out the Lorax. I was expecting this Shockwave to be a one-hit KO on Pidgeot here, but he actually hangs on a little bit of health and hits back with a crit wing attack. Now we're going to play a little game here. What will happen after the first miscalculation mistake? Pidgeot dies because we outspeed for A. B is MewTube smart and swaps. The answer is always C and Alakazam dies, or D, MewTube sucks. We select D. Not that D is necessarily a wrong answer, but let's see what happens.
Oh, you stink!
Please, MewTube, please. I speak for the team. I'm bleeding and pleading. I want to keep breathing. I want to be healing and keep my heart beating and help you to beat the 4 elites eliting. I know I am leading, but my life is depleting. So please, MewTube, please, take this warning I'm heeding. There's no cause for alarm, the Lorax, my friend. You will be on this team until the very end. You're strong and you're fast. This bird stands no chance. Just one more attack, and we can advance. But they say that you know and can feel when it's time. MewTube, I think I'm going to die. The warning was ignored. MewTube gave his commands, though Lorax's blood is on MewTube's hands. How could I be so blind and naive to not think Kingdra had these tricks up his sleeve? I ignored a friend who asked for my aid, and now to rest is where he is laid. This is all my fault. I can't sit around and pretend. There's only one thing left to do. Avenge our fallen friend. We send out Crush to get the job done. Being a turtle, he's obviously faster than a bird. Turtle in the hair, turtle in the bird, same thing, turtle wins. Big plant dinosaur comes out. We switch into Ninetales, who tanks a Razor Leaf resisted. And then we send off a flamethrower to torch the tree. Venusaur's like a dinosaur and a plant, so he's like a tree ceratops.
Click.
Nice.
Maybe I should have been the one that died instead of Venusaur. Next in is the Scary Gyarados. How about the Scarados?
Click.
And you fail.
The only Pokemon I have with an electric move is dead on the floor next to me, so I switch into Crush the Turtle to tank a Dragon Rage. We send out a neutral Ice Beam, which actually ends up getting the freeze. Gyarados is going to stay frozen while we fire off some superpower, secret powers, and just keep on chipping away at the big scary water snake's health. Keep chipping away with the very minuscule attack stat that Blastoise has, and we finally finish off Gyarados. Next in is the Growlithe, which is the smartest thing our rival could have ever done, sending a fire type against a water type. Fire dogs obviously can't survive the East Australian current that we've just drenched upon him. And last out for Kingdra is a reminder of a fallen friend of ours. Kingdra's Alakazam wastes time while Snorlax somehow outspeeds his Alakazam, and we send him to join our Lorax. Let us take this time to reflect on death. You know what they say, death hurts, but some hurt more. Yeah, so right into the boss battle with Giovanni. We lead Crush into Nidorino because I thought that Rhyhorn or something would come out. I go for a dig for the one-shot KO, and Rufus obliterates the Nidorino. Next in is Kangaskhan, so I go for a Brick Break, which does just a little under half, and he misses a Mega Punch, which is nice. We hit another Brick Break to bring him down to a little bit, and we get Tail Whipped, which isn't the greatest, but that's fine. We finish off the Kangaskhan, and next is in the Rhyhorn. We go for a Brick Break, and it could have been scary if we got hit with our defense lowered, but he goes for a Scary Face, so I decide to swap out into the safer defensive Crush. Rock Blast hits 5 times, so that definitely would have killed Rufus here, but we go for a Surf, take out the Rhyhorn. Finally, we have Nidoqueen, who I decide to switch out because I'm a little low. I switch into the bulky Sugar Mama, and for some reason, Nidoqueen only goes for Poison Stings while we completely outpace the Nidoqueen, get a Paralyze to outspeed, and that's the end of Giovanni. See you in Viridian, bud. And just a few steps over, and way too long on the gym puzzle, we jump into Sabrina. Sabrina sends out Kadabra, and I send out Sugar Mama. Kadabra goes for a useless Calm Mind as we hit with the physical Shadow Ball in this game. It's a critical hit, one-shot KO. Next in, we're looking at Mr. Mime, who is a girl, goes for another useless Calm Mind, and we send off a Shadow Ball, which is going to be another one-hit KO. Very nice start. Next in is Venomoth, who I go for a Body Slam because Venomoth is not a Psychic type or anything like that. Misses a very useless Supersonic. And we hit another Body Slam. Sabrina wastes all of her Hyper Potions. And another Body Slam comes in, and we just are going to keep repeating this process until Venomoth flies down to the floor. Get the crit when it doesn't matter, of course. Next in is Alakazam, the final reminder of our... Well, not the final reminder until the champion battle, but we send off a Shadow Ball, and the Calm Mind is not enough to keep Alakazam alive. And Sabrina, all she's done is waste our time. To the best of my name-making abilities on our way to Cinnabar Island, I named Tangela Spaghetti. Cute. Our final single-type encounter is a female Muck, who I catch in the Pokemon Mansion, who I name Roz. And I think Roz is way more of a creative name than Muck spelled backwards, which is coming out of the Pokemon Tower. We hop right into the fight with Blaine. So everybody knows the quickest way to deal with Blaine is a water type, and we just happen to have one. We get hit with an Intimidate, which is useless, and we set up a Rain Dance, and this is where we just continually press Surf until all of his Pokemon drown in the water that we've created all over the terrain, in his gym, flooded the entire place, but there's really no one else to blame but yourself. I'm just the better trainer, plain and simple. Your Pokemon's team's weakness is blatantly obvious, and now you can go meet up with my rival Kingdra at Pokemon Tower in Lavender Town, so your Pokemon can be Blaine to rest. Nailed it. And with that, Crush hits level 48, and we have defeated Blaine. Then Blaine somehow proceeds to say, "Don't waste it on water Pokemon." Sir, you just got wasted by a water Pokemon. I am on fire. So after that ego slaughter, we take on Giovanni, the 8th gym leader. We have a pretty insane strategy here, and you may have seen it before, like in the last video, but this one gets put on halt by a scary face, so I'm going to have to switch out because I'm not going to be outspeeding anything here. I switch into Candy, the 4-armed freaking monster. I thought I was going to say 4-armed freak. No. Candy's not a freak. She's a buff, batty, beef cake. Buff
Today, Junior!
Fatty beefcake. Well, we get scary faced again, which is good, so we can swap back into our original plan of using Crush the Turtle to drown every rock and mole and whatever Nido Queen and Nido King are supposed to be. Dinosaurs. They're like purple dinosaurs and blue dinosaurs, yeah. So, we drown the Doug Trio, surprisingly outspeeded as we're a frickin' turtle. And that was 3 moles, which are usually pretty fast, but I think the level advantage keeps us up there. We drown the Nido Queen next. Next in is going to be her purple companion, Barney, the purple Nido King. And good Nido King. I'm on a roll! And finally is a level 50 Rhyhorn, which he does not evolve. And we are going to drown the 4 times weak rock, and that's the end of Giovanni. Hey, Gio is short for Giovanni, right? And what letters are those? G-O? Oh yeah, that spells go for go
Click
yourself. That was clever too. This is the battle where I make a grave mistake. I've made a grave mistake, and it's gonna cost me my legitimacy. Here we go. In with the fight with rival Kingdra. He starts Pidgeot, so I lead Remy. We take the deadly quick attack as I lead with a Thunderbolt and obliterate the bird for one final time before the champion fight. Rhyhorn comes in, so we swap into Crush, who gets hit with a takedown that misses. Rhyhorn gets drowned by a surf. He gets soaked, he turns into a damp rock, and dies. Next in is his ace, Venusaur. We swap into Ninetales, who tanks a Razor Leaf as usual, and we go for a Flamethrower. We burn the plant, but not all the way. He uses a sweet scent to make us more noticeable. That was nice of him. And we torch the tree to the ground. Next in is Gyarados, which can be taken out with our mascot Remy. A Hydro Pump comes in and does a massive amount of damage with a crit, but we outspeed anything, and we're 10 levels up, and kill the Gyarados. And now, my integrity's at stake. My legitimacy's at stake. I don't want you to see it. I don't want you to see it. We go for a Surf after getting outsped by a 10 levels down Growlithe because we're a turtle and that's a dog, and drown him. And he sends in an Alakazam. He said you wouldn't see till the last battle. I didn't mean to lie. Just please. I'll kill it just to make it better, but I didn't mean to lie. Please forgive me, my viewer. It's no time to cry. Time to wipe my eyes and prepare for the Elite Four. First in, we have the mascot Remy, sporting Thunderbolt, Quick Attack, Dig, and Thunder Wave. Next up is Candy, the Beefcake Baby, Earthquake, Strength, Rock Slide, and Brick Break. Sugar Mama's third with Body Slam, Yawn, Rest, and Shadow Ball. Next in is Vixie, the beautiful Fox, with Flamethrower, Confuse Ray, Sunny Day, and Will-O-Wisp. Roz, the Muck, with a beautiful moveset of Thunderbolt, Sludge Bomb, Giga Drain, and Toxic. And last up, our starter Crush with Surf, Protect, Rain Dance, and Ice Beam. Let's see if we have what it takes. Lorelai's the first Elite Four member as she sends out Dugong, and we send out our trusty mascot. This should be a pretty easy battle as most of her Pokemon have a water typing, and we strike down with a critical hit Thunderbolt. What a great start to the Elite Four. Cloyster comes out, who goes for Protect just to stall the inevitable, as Cloyster has piss-poor defenses, and gets a double Protect, which is just great. Yeah, that's cool. Thunderbolt strikes down and eliminates. Oh, Cloyster's a female. Kind of resembles a little, Slowbro comes out, also female, cute, and gets stricken down by a Thunderbolt. and does not hang on. Does not have enough defenses to hang on. Next in is Lapras, and Lapras gets stricken down, but Lapras does have enough health and tankiness to survive, as we tank a Surf, but our special defense is pretty high too. A Citrus Berry takes Lapras out of healing range of her Hyper Potion, and we strike down with another Thunderbolt. Pretty intense fight here. I mean, we've been doing a lot of strategy. Jinx comes in, who's actually not going to be able to get taken down by a Thunderbolt, so we switch into Vixie, who gets hit with a Lovely Kiss, and we're going to fall asleep, which is pretty annoying. I'm going to try to wake up here, as she only has Ice Punches and Double Slaps, I think, to hurt us, and they're not going to be doing any damage as we resist that, and Double Slap is like a 15 base power move. We wake up and torch this abomination of a creature, and she survives on 1 health as we get hit with another Ice Punch. Do not get frozen. She goes for the full restore as we send out another Flamethrower to make Jinx even hotter than she already is. We get the burn to take out the last bit of damage, and that's the end of Lorelei in the first fight. Clean as ever. Next up is Bruno with the rock hard Onyx. Onyx comes in, and I send out Candy for some reason, forgetting that Onyx has ridiculous special or physical defense. I go for an Earthquake, which does not kill but wastes one of Bruno's full restores. I go for a Brick Break to do a little bit of damage and not fully kill him, but it actually does the same amount because of Stab. Another Brick Break takes out the Onyx, and next in is going to be another Onyx. So I stay in, go for a Brick Break, but we actually get outsped somehow by an Earthquake. We take 40 points of damage, and the Brick Break comes in and does pretty good, sizable damage. One more Brick Break's going to do the job, and we have now taken 80 damage. Hitmonchan comes out, and he does hoist all of the special punches, or whatever. Sky Uppercut misses as we go for a Strength for some reason. Take him down to about half, and an Earthquake should be enough to take out the Hitmonchan now. His counterpart, Hitmonlee, comes out, and I go for an Earthquake to see how much damage we're going to do, and we actually do a ton of damage. Mega Kick comes in and almost takes us out. Would have taken us out with a crit, but he does go for a full heal now, and we go for the Earthquake to take down the Hitmonlee to about 10% health. He outspeeds somehow, as it's been a speed tie the whole time. We make the dumbest mistake I've ever seen, and Candy falls. What you say? That is tragic. I send out Crush to outspeed and finish off the Hitmonlee. As no guard Hitmonchamp. That's good. That's gold. Hitmonchamp goes for a bulk up. I just called him it again. Machamp goes for a bulk up. And we just keep pounding in the Surfs. We get Scary Face, so we're not going to be outspeeding anymore. But we're still full health, and we're pretty tanky. The Citrus Berry brings him back to a little bit. A Cross Chop comes in and does way too much damage. And Hitmonchan, why do I keep calling him that? Goes for the Cross Chop that we resist and still take 80 damage. We outspeed and take out the demon that is Machamp. That's not good. This was a sloppy battle, and I'm sure I'll pay dearly for those mistakes. With no time to mourn, we hop into the next Elite Four fight with Agatha. Or as I like to call this battle, Agatha.
Click.
That's a good one. Gengar comes out first as I send out Sugar Mama with the Shadow Ball Destruction Team. That's what I'll call that. Double teams start coming in, which is very annoying. We know how much I love double team strats. And we're just going to continually miss our Shadow Balls until maybe we get lucky and hit one, which we eventually do. And it is not a one-shot, which is going to be very annoying here throughout because he still has 3 double teams set up. We miss yet another double team. We're wasting a ton of PP. 4 double teams later, we need to figure something out here. Thankfully, our immunity makes us immune to poison, but we do get hit with a Confuse Ray, which is just, this is ridiculous. I cannot believe how little RNG is on my side in this fight already. Hit myself in Confusion twice, missed about 6 Shadow Balls. I'm already almost out of PP and Shadow Ball. Thankfully, we snap out of Confusion, hit a Shadow Ball, bring him down to the red, and of course we get confused yet another time. This is just some disgusting display of how horrible RNG can just ruin a fight that should be so simple, but because we're immune to anything else that Gengar has, we're safe, but we're just blowing through all of our PP here, continually getting confused, hurting ourselves in confusion over and over and over again. We finally snap through, and that was only the first Pokemon, which is not a great start at all. Golbat comes out next. An air cutter comes out doing pretty good damage with a crit. We snap out of confusion and slam Golbat with his paper thin defenses with a stab body slam. Another body slam comes in and we take out the Golbat. We're looking a little low on HP. We get hit with an Intimidate, which is going to be super annoying. A Sludge Bomb comes out, which we do not tank very comfortably, but thankfully we go for a rest, heal back all of that damage, and then due to the Chesto Berry that we attached previously before the battle started, that makes no sense. I just canceled out all that I just said. And we're going to switch right into our Lord and Savior, Remy the Raichu. We get hit with a pretty nasty Sludge Bomb, and I'm just not confident that I can take out the Arbok here, so I switch into Roz and tank the not very effective ability, and now take a Screech, which I don't think should be a big problem. Muck is pretty defensively strong, but 2 Screeches now, that's going to be a problem. Thunderbolts are not doing anywhere near enough damage as I need them to, so I'm going to swap out with -4 defense and go into Crush the defensive turtle. An Iron Tail misses on the switch, which is always nice. I send out a Surf, hopefully it's enough, and the crit seals the deal for Arbok's fate. This battle's turning around for me a little bit, but we still have a Gengar, which is never fun to verse. We get hit with a Hypnosis, and obviously I don't wake up. I go for a Protect on the Wake Up, which is kind of a waste, and because he goes for a Nightmare, but as I go for the Surf, I get put back to sleep again. Just the RNG on my side this match is just terrible, and now I'm starting to take some damage from Sludge Bombs, which we do tank pretty comfortably, and thankfully we can't get hit with a poison because of the sleep affected on us, but we stay asleep for so many turns. We're down to 60 health. We could probably tank another attack, but I don't think it's worth it here. Roz comes out to tank the Sludge Bomb that we know is coming out, does minimal damage, so we get hit with a Shadow Ball next, which doesn't do too much, but of course he gets the special defense drop. Thunderbolt comes in, and again, Muck is just not doing enough damage. So we send out Sugar Mama again. Of course we get hit with a Hypnosis, and what do you think's going to happen here? We're going to hit with Sludge Bombs over and over, take about 40 health, stay asleep. Take another Sludge Bomb. What do you think's going to happen here? Stay asleep. Goes for a Nightmare, which is not the greatest thing. I don't even really know what that move does. Fell into a Nightmare, but we get a destructive Shadow Ball, which is beautiful. And now the not so threatening Haunter comes out, but he goes for a Mean Look, which could potentially be scary, but we get the one shot with a Shadow Ball. Agatha. Oh.
Run alone now, Chad.
Without skipping a beat, we advance to the final Elite Four member, Lance. Him and his flying types, though he thinks they're dragons, is going to be a decent matchup, but his Pokemon are super powerful, but we have really good coverage to take on his team. He first sends out Gyarados with a useless Intimidate, and we strike down from the heavens with a Thunderbolt to easily one-shot KO the 4-time super effective Water Snake. Lance sends out one of his few Dragonairs to the squad, as I send out Crush to hit him with some Ice Beams. We send in an Ice Beam, and is it enough for a one-shot KO? It is not, because Crush is pitiful in attack and special attack. We go for another Ice Beam. Thankfully it didn't proc a Hyper Potion, or Full Restore, whatever he uses, and we decimate the first Dragonair. Next Dragonair comes out, I guess because maybe it has like Thunder Wave and they think that's super effective. He does go for the Thunder Wave, which isn't a big deal, but we did plan for this for a Lumberry, and another Ice Beam comes in, takes him out. That was the best case scenario I could have had there. Good planning, MewTube, in hindsight. Hindsight MewTube? I don't know. The big scary Dragonite comes out next, but a 4-time super effective Ice Beam I would think would be enough, and it's not even close to enough, but he just goes for a useless Safeguard. He gets a proc from a Citrus Berry, which I don't think is enough to keep him alive, and then finally we strike down his beastly Dragonite with an Ice Beam. Next in is Aerodactyl. I go for a Surf to take advantage of his Rock type. He goes for an Ancient Power, which doesn't really do too much damage, and we bring him down to about 30%. A Wing Attack actually comes in, gets a crit, which was a little scary there, and we finally take out the Aerodactyl with another Surf. I was expecting a Charizard to come out here, but that's actually the end of Lance, and we've done it. We have made it to the final battle against our rival, Kingdra. We can now advance to the final battle. I'm full of them this video, man. I'm full of them. Without any hesitation, as well as I've probably said that before, we hop right into the fight against Kingdra for the final time. King just starts with his trusty Pidgeot, and I rain down from the heavens with our mascot Remy to strike down the Pidgeot without taking any damage this time. The Lorax has been avenged. Rhydon comes in next as he threatens with Earthquakes, so we swap out into our defensively tanky Crush, and he just eats that Earthquake for breakfast. Obviously, rocks are slower than turtles, and we drown that rock for the final time. Next in is the plant monster himself, Venusaur. We do the same strat we've done every single time against Venusaur and send out Vixie the Ninetales. We go for a flamethrower to get some chip damage out, and it does a great amount of damage here, about 75%. Solar Beam comes in. I'm not expecting it to do too much, but it does do almost half, which is a little scary. Citrus Berry actually takes the Venusaur out of healing range. Vixie's got one thing to say to you, Venusaur. You fired.
Click.
3 Pokemon left. Gyarados comes out, who's always very scary. I go for a Will-O-Wisp to lower his attack, which I think is the best option here. I don't need Vixie anymore, and a Hydro Pump comes in and takes her out as we get a safe switch into Remy now. Burn does a little chip damage, and we strike down with a Thunderbolt, as we always do against Gyarados, and that is it, with a critical hit to add insult to injury here. Nice. And now we're reminded one more time of our painful mistake when I lied to you guys. But a Future Sight is sent in, which shouldn't be a problem, right? We get hit with a Psychic, Sugar Mama eats it up, and a Shadow Ball's enough to take out the Lorax Imposter. Bye-bye for the last time. I don't know. And here we are with the final Pokemon with 4 Pokemon left. We're in a great position here to swap in to crush the turtle. And we get hit with a flamethrower, which doesn't do too much, but we forget about the Future Sight attack. That's terrible, because now Arcanine easily outspeeds with anything, especially an Extreme Speed, which deletes our starter. That is completely unfortunate, but we have 3 healthy Pokemon to take on this beast of a speed demon dog. We get hit with a flamethrower and answer back with a body slam, which does about 35%. Another flamethrower comes in, but he gets the burn. That is the worst thing that could happen. The burn does enough damage where a flamethrower comes in and is enough to take out Sugar Mama. That's 2 down. 2 down now. But we have our mascot. Can he do it? Is he strong enough? Is Arcanine's health low enough? We've seen this before. Can it be done again? His health bar trickles down. And it's enough. We have defeated Kingdra for the final time. This run had a lot of ups and downs. And lefts and rights. And diagonals. But we've done it. We have made our Nuzlocke record 1-1. We have evened the score with the odds pinned against us. We are the champion. It is with great honor that I honor these cartoon named Pokemon to the Hall of Fame. I've claimed my victory, and I'm so proud of everybody on this team. We did it for you, the Lorax. You spoke for the team, and the team has spoken. They've spoken. I'll get back to you on that one. They don't really speak. It's just like the sound they make. Their cry. They just, I don't know. Just get out of here. Wait, you're still here? You care to watch till the very end of the video? That's pretty awesome. So maybe, you were reading all this and I didn't waste all my time. I guess I'd like to say thanks. It's a little awkward that we're still here. The music cut out and everything. Everything's still going here, but, it's gotta be almost over, right?
MewTube, you're literally the one who would know if it's almost over. You made the video.
Oh yeah, well I'm gonna do some crazy edit to end the video.